Yo, welcome back. This is the best of reality TV, but this is reality TV from around the world.
Woo!
Come on, first up, we've got your sexy boy.
My sexy boy, Harry Jowsey, who you may know from the Netflix show Too Hot to Handle, and has taken LA by storm.
Let's check it out.
You mentioned that you live this lavish lifestyle, and you mentioned dropping 20K on a weekend.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How much does one spend on one night? Like, what's the most do you reckon you've dropped on a weekend?
Maybe like 100 grand or more.
How? What?
I'm not sure. Like there was one week where I got bored and I flew me and my best friend to Dubai, and I know just our villa. It was like a 3 or 4 bedroom villa. No, that was like 25K for 4 nights. But like, I don't know.
My
Like
goodness.
it's just. I know it sounds really braggadocious and really silly, but
No, not at
it's just,
all.
yeah, I don't know. Like there's that 20K. That was a weekend to Hawaii with my ex, and I really wanted her to have a good time. But
Aw.
yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like some nights, like yeah, like 60, 70 grand. But that's between me and my friends. So like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. So I guess that comes down to your overall success with everything, which is so lucky because not many people get that. Do you think is it easier to make it as a reality TV star in the US or Australia?
God, I think that it depends on like where you want to go. Like if you want like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I think that maybe it's probably easier in Australia because once you're in like the ecosystem and you meet all the producers and all the people, it's probably easier because there's maybe a smaller pool of like good talent and good people to use. But
Yeah,
come to
true.
America, obviously the opportunities are way bigger and whatever else. But there's a lot more talented people and a lot more funnier people
Yeah,
to
so it's
choose from.
so much more saturated, hey?
Very saturated. So like even being an influencer back in Australia, I know influencers get a lot more money for brand deals compared to like someone with the same following over here. So it really
Really?
depends. Yeah, I think
Because
it
you
really,
have like
really
4
depends.
million followers, dude. Like, that's so much.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's nuts. I still don't believe it.
So you also have a series on Netflix called Who Wore It Best, where you interview like all these like A-list celebrities, where you like, I guess, pay homage to like their, iconic looks.
Yeah.
You've had Reese Witherspoon, Gigi Hadid, Lindsay Lohan, and the list honestly goes on and on. Have you, I know for myself, because I've just started podcasting with my co-host Taku, and we've had some pretty reality TV stars, like celebrities in here. And sometimes I still get a bit of like imposter syndrome. Like I'm like, oh my God, like I feel like I shouldn't really be here. Like I can't believe I'm in their presence. Like, do you ever get that still?
Yeah, I do, but I just say to myself like I think my biggest thing is like I try not to think about anything. I'm like I just have to go through it because if I sit here and think about it, then I'm gonna be like I don't deserve it and it doesn't belong to me. But then
get all in your head about it.
yeah, and then I'm like, the
Yeah.
universe put me here and put me in this position for a
Yes,
reason.
you speak my language.
Yeah, I'm like it's meant to be, and I'm ready for it right now. So I guess I have to just like swallow it and just go for
I
it.
feel
So
that.
yeah, whenever I get in those situations, because it does happen. Like I've been in rooms where I've like looked around, I'm like, wow, I don't belong here. This is not my place. But then I'd be like, well, the universe put you here. So there's a reason
Exactly.
for it. So just own it and accept it and be grateful for it instead of scared
So
of it.
true. Do you believe in manifestation?
I'm the biggest manifester. Yeah, I love it.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too. Because you were on the top of my list when I first signed on. They're like, all right, who do you want to interview? You were top of the list. bro.
Really?
Top.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you
And here
so
we
much.
are.
Wow, look
Here
at you.
we
You
are.
did it.
I
You
did. We did it. Yeah.
Wow.
Can
that's
I just
crazy.
ask one cheeky question before I go?
Yeah.
Out of all the people you've been around,
Yeah.
because you've rubbed shoulders with a lot of A-listers, has there ever been a moment where you're like, fuck, you're actually quite rude? Or like you're just nothing like what I expected to be?
Oh, God, my brain was thinking like really nice because I'm like Tobey Maguire was the coolest dude I've ever met.
Yeah.
Really rude. It's not actually the celebrities. It's usually the people that are around them. Like it's usually the people that are entitled and like it's or the TikTokers, but it's never like it's never like the actual celebrities that I've met have
That
ruined,
makes sense.
but it's like the
Yeah.
people that feel like that they are and they're around them, like that won't shake your hand properly or like won't look at you when they're talking
The
or
eye
just
contact.
or just on
Yes,
their
that's a big
phone.
thing to me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Yep.
think it's kind of like it's kind of the people that are sitting in the shadows, or that the people there's like people. The really crazy thing about LA is there's people that like make money off being friends with celebrities and like connecting people, whatever else. It's really interesting.
Wow.
Like they make a lot of
Wow.
money doing it, like being friends with celebrities. Like I know some people it's like their whole career, and
Are
it's
you
usually those
serious?
people that are like really like a little bit like braggadocious or just like way too cool for school.
How embarrassing.
Yeah,
Does that make you like get scared of being around people, getting close to people? Because I know for me, coming from Adelaide to Sydney and now mixing with like, you know, reality TV stars and everyone in media, I'm a bit
yeah.
more like cautious, I guess, of my energy and where I spend my time and who I allow into my circle. Are you a bit like that as well now?
I just think that I love to be alone, and I have my
Yeah.
friends, so I know who my
Yes.
friends are, and I love my friends,
Yeah.
and they're not in the space at all. Like they're normal guys with
Yeah.
normal jobs, and they're just like the best people. So when I go out and like try and extend and try and meet other people, I'm not like married to it. I'm not like married to like if I meet this celebrity and they're not texting me back, why is this not happening? I'm more just like, it was really cool to spend time with them and be in that place. But like my energy belongs to me and my friends, and I'm gonna keep it here.
Absolutely.
Up next, we've got a snippet from our chat with Captain Sexy, aka Captain Jason Chambers.
Yes, from Below Deck Down Under, who chatted with us live from his home in Bali.
From an outside perspective, right, without actually knowing you like on a personal level, I kind of feel like you give me an extroverted, introverted energy. And what I mean by that is, as you just said then, it's like if you're out and about, you know what I mean? Like with some people, with some folks, you kind of know how to make sure that the energy is right.
Mhm.
But in the core, I kind of feel like you give me introverted, energy. Is that true though? Like, am I?
Totally. Like BravoCon's a good example. I took my best mate's wife there with me as a plus one, and I hadn't seen them for 10 years. And she's kind of my bestie too now. You know, she's married my best mate.
Yeah.
They've got children the same
Yeah.
age, which I haven't met. So finally now I'm the favorite uncle, which I feel great about. So I took her to BravoCon, and I had all these people telling me, "Oh, you look great, it's blah blah blah," and all that stuff. And then when I get in the car, she's like, "You look really good. You're doing well." I'm saying, can we just have a moment of nothing? Like I just want to. I've just walked out of BravoCon. I just in this car back to the hotel. I don't want to hear anything, especially about how I look, or anything like that. It's just too much. Okay, it's too much. But the fans
And
are
that's
amazing.
exactly why I asked.
Did you expect that welcoming that you had? Because you were kind of like a, like a meat, fresh
say
meat,
say what's on your mind, girl.
meat on a slab kind of thing. You know what I mean? Everyone was frothing over you.
Yeah, I look back on it, I'm thinking maybe I could have played that a little bit humbly, but I thought, well, like it got led up that way with Aisha and Watch What Happens Live with Andy, trying to offset me off with Lala and a few other people. And so when I got there, I just went along with it. To be quite honest, it was actually quite simple, but the media made it out to be like I ran into these people, got a photo with them, and then I kind of amped it up a little bit by mentioning Lala on stage and stuff. But I wasn't expecting any of that. Why would I? It's not. No, I live in the Philippines.
Absolutely,
Bali. I don't hear anything until I touch down in America, and I'm not used to all that. But I'm driving a boat. I'm with crew, and I'm with my daughter when I'm not. And there's another side of what we do now, and that's the entertainment side. So it's part of that, I suppose. Like
absolutely.
I did play it up a little bit, I suppose, and and that's just part of the entertainment side of what we do. And
that's it.
We're not just driving boats now.
Exactly. Nah, and that's exactly why I asked, like if you're a little more, like extroverted than you're introverted, because I think it can be difficult, like being like in these situations where you kind of have to put on, a character, you understand? And it's like, like some of these events too, like I remember when we got off our shows, we were so used to just kind of like being in our own little bubble, like with the people that we knew, and kind of forgetting that there are people that are watching, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess like same goes for you too, like at Ravicon, because it's like, you have such a large following. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And they feel like they know you.
like I don't go out in Bali. I'm here to be with my daughter, and I have gone out twice, and I have kicked it on a little bit late, and walked out of a bar, and I'm not feeling 100%. I've had people said, "Captain Jason," I'm like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, what did I look like? And I went to a bar. I was in El Nido in Philippines, and me and my friend went to a bar the other. I was there last week, and I was just up the back, just actually carving it up on the dance floor by myself. And this girl turned around and
Love
said,
that.
"Captain Jason?" And I'm like, "Yes, how are you?" And I was speaking to her. She was from the Central Coast where I'm from, and we had a good chat. So I have to be a little bit more wary now, I suppose. be a bit more introverted.
Everyone was frothing over you at BravoCon. Was there anyone that you were geeking over that you were like, oh my God, it's such and such. They're in the same room as me. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, it's a bit all surreal for us, I must admit. Look, even I was in the same room as all the Vanderpump Rule people. It doesn't really. I don't watch the shows, so I'm probably not into it that much. Was there anyone that I was geeking over? No, not really. I must admit. I just like meeting everyone. So if someone was sitting by themselves, I was walking up to them, and Adriana was next to me, and Kate was next to me at one stage before a panel, and I hadn't met them, so I just sat down next to them and started talking and just getting to know them and having a good chat. And I met some really nice people, like Taylor Green from one of the shows. Her family, I met them in the car on the last day, and people are really good to get to know. And there is another side of it.
For sure.
And I know these shows portray some people as not so good. I don't watch the show, so I don't know. So it's actually nice to just get to meet these people behind the scenes and find out really that these people generally are
who they actually are.
I engage with people, and if they're not going to ask me questions about me and allow me to ask questions about them, then they're not really opening up. And there are a few people
That's
like
right.
that, but the people I tend to meet, and I don't really try and seek to meet out people. I kind of just let it happen organically, and then those meetings are probably a lot better.
And sorry, I know I don't want to touch too much on BravoCon, but I do have to ask this right here because on the Daily Dish, on the BravoCon TV site, I did get a few questions, to be coming through, but then there was this article that was saying if you and Lala Kent are dating.
Yeah, no.
Is there any truth to this?
No, that's the whole thing. Aisha put that into Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
I met her in the lobby first night. We went back in the car all together. I went back with Brock and Sheena. We were going back to the hotel. The car was available. It just happened. I ended up giving my jacket to some other girl off Southern Hospitality because she was cold, and so she brought that up later too. And then she was going up to a room. We had a Bravo thing up on the top floor. I said goodnight to her in the elevator, and then I went up there. And then the next 2 days later, or the next day on a panel, I was jokingly, they said, "Who's your favourite charter? Who would you have as a charter guest?" And I said, "Lala Kent," and that was purposely just to stir the pot a bit. That's my humour. That's my humour. If I could have had anyone as my favourite charter guest, it would be my parents and my daughter. But
that's sweet.
it wouldn't be a reality TV star. It would be my family. And I probably should have said that, but I just stir the pot. I just went along with it and said that.
Absolutely.
Well, I feel like Aisha was trying to be your wingman a little bit, no?
She's just she knows what gets. She knows that that's not me at all. She just likes to stir the pot a bit. So
I think she's a good wingman.
Nah, she is. She is for real though. Because didn't that photo even make it? Yeah, I think it actually made it onto Lala's feed as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Of you and her. So I was like, either she's also playing with it, or there's some truth to some of this.
No, I walked in to BravoCon that morning, and I wouldn't have even noticed her. She was over to one side, and then she yelled out to me, and I walked over and we got a photo together. The same happened with Olivia Flowers and a few other people, and then that just made it onto. Everyone was just trying to. They're experts at it. I'm not.
Everybody's a commentator, my man. Like for real, especially when that photo came out on IG, I was like, oh, they kind of look good together. I like that, boy.
You do.
Look,
we like what we saw. Jason's like, that's it.
Yeah, look, I'm surrounded by rice fields here, and my girl's got to get her fingernails dirty and get into it. That's kind of my team. I'm more of a I'm more of a plant your own food.
Were there any exchange other than Instagram follows? Like, are you going to see her again, Lala Kent, or?
No, we've been in contact for sure because we don't want to. We actually had a good
Oh,
conversation. Me, Ashley, Darby,
yep.
we're in contact. But we've been in contact since last year. Ashley, Darby, and myself. We met each other 3 times. We're in the same transportation on the way back. So I got to meet her or talk to
Oh,
her more, and she's
wow.
got a little child, so we had a bit to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of want to strike up some form of friendship with these people when you meet them at BravoCon. You don't want to just, so you do try and hold on. Sheena and Brock
Yeah.
from Vanderpump Rules, I'm
Yep.
in contact with them a lot. Sheena just gave a massive donation to my foundation, Classroom of Hope, which I've got
Wow, that's
going on.
Oh,
amazing. That's
wow.
amazing.
So look, you know, the world is about meeting people and good energy, and if and it's very tribal.
That's
And if you
true.
don't hold on to the people you meet, that means nothing when you do meet them. So there'll be contact along the
Mm.
way just to
Yeah.
keep that interest involved, but nothing simply as a friendship, nothing more than
As a
that.
friendship
Yeah.
only. Yep. Yep.
Absolutely, man.
Now,
Hey-
I've got a little bit of a secret confession.
Fire away.
So I love TikTok. I don't know if you, I think you started doing some
I got to
TikToks.
get into it more. I struggle with social media. I'm really trying
Yes.
hard.
It's okay.
Well, I did a TikTok and I was obviously really excited about season 2 being released on Hey You, and I was talking about it, and I was doing a job for Menu Log for Hey You to promote Below Deck Down Under.
Yep.
And I, did one with you and your budgies because that was so iconic. And then I did another one where I called you a snack, and one of them got like 2 point something mil, and the one in particular of me calling you a snack got 1.4 million views.
Wow.
And most of that was me copying hate for calling you a snack because it was me objectifying you and yeah, like what if it was the other way around? That would have been so wrong. Like, how do you feel being, seen and spoken to about, like that?
Look, I can see where people are coming from. Society is changing in that avenue as well. But look,
Mm,
I'm a firm believer that, well, there you go. You go back to freedom of speech too. That we both got it. You
Mm.
called me a snack. You probably could have called me a main course and you would have been right. But
I'll do that for my next one.
Hey, Jason, must be nice, man. God damn, anybody doing this?
I think there's a fine line between losing comedy and and
Mm,
and trying to keep everything structured. Like, let's not lose.
Yeah.
Look, Australians take the mickey out of each other. That's what we do,
yes,
That's
and
true.
I don't
so
want to ever
true.
lose that. I think it's something, sarcasm in Australia is a form of flattery, and you know,
Yes.
it's something that's ingrained in us. So I look at it as,
Mm.
it's just hype, it's fun, it's whatever. Look, will I be getting in budgie smugglers again? Probably not. I don't think I'm getting to that age.
Yeah, but you said it depends on how much the tip would be
Yeah, true.
at the
True.
last season.
Totally.
You did say that.
I,
How much is it? Is it going to take?
well, I copped a lot of flack also from the other captains for what I do. They
Oh
take my
my
shirt
God.
off. Budgie smugglers, all this, and I'm like,
They're just
well,
jealous.
Yeah,
but
man, they don't got what you've got.
everyone's different, and my way of being
Yeah.
a captain is being involved in every manner, not just sitting up in the bridge. And
Yes.
we're not in the Navy.
That's
We're
true,
not in the
man.
Navy, and I do consider myself a
That's
form of
right.
a concierge driving a bus around. And we're not going to
Mm.
war. As long as we're safe and
Yeah.
we've got a great, fun environment, I want to be part of it as well.
Yeah.
And as I said, I missed out on many
Yeah.
years as being a crew member because I've been many years as being a captain.
Yeah.
So it's my way of being
Mhm.
a crew again, which I never got because I actually got thrown into being a captain
Yeah.
very early.
Well, I'm so here for it. Yeah.
Most definitely,
And
man.
it's good for the guests as well. The guests love
It keeps
it.
it light, man. It definitely does
Yeah.
keep it
I
light.
think it is. I think we all have
I
to
would
be
love that.
involved, and it allows everyone else to open up a bit more. If Cappy's getting involved, then we're on. So
Yeah, for
That's
real.
true.
Skip, actually, talking about the Skip getting involved, do you get involved with the partying as well when the crew goes out?
no,
Yeah, we never see you at them.
no. Look, season 1. It was so hard. I remember walking out and having a beer when they got home, and I was having a beer with Culver and Bertini at the bar just because I had FOMO because they'd been out all night. And I
Yeah.
know that I got told later that my presence actually did stop something that was going to develop, like an argument that was happening up in the spa, because I was around. So then I understood it more that look, this is what the show's about. So when
Right,
Captain's around, everyone's going to be on their best behaviour. So I understand
Yeah.
that's
understand their
true.
concept. So yeah, when they're out, I'm not walking around in a kimono drinking cocktails. They're
Yeah, man.
they're just all skits at the end of the season. We do just for fun and games. So usually it's in the room reading a book, sitting on
But
social
we
media.
never see your room. I notice there's cameras in everyone else's
But they
bunks and
can.
rooms, but your room, like, where do you sleep?
I sleep in the best bunk upstairs, usually behind the bridge. So I got a big
I
cabin.
knew
I
it.
usually got a lounge in mine, so
The best one.
it's quite comfortable.
Lucky
Alright,
you.
It's quite comfortable.
We see you, boy.
I knew it. Thank you so much for listening, guys. It's been a huge 2023 on Back to Reality. But don't fret, we'll be back next year with way more content, way more tea.
Way more reality TV as well
Yep.
too, man. Listen, we've got the brand new season of Maths is coming out as well too. So we've got so much content to cover. But listen, more laughs and a great time.
Let's go.